Thank you very much, sir.
Well, we're on into the boss, aren't we? Hello, mate. Oh, hi. It's better. Where's me, on into with the check? Oh, we're going actually on into.
We're going on into. We're in one now.
Have we done the sound check yet?
Already done.
We just done it then.
I'm a bit loud. How are you, mate?
Good, thank you.
I mean, if you want to adjust your headphone. Drink as well. Is that the, that's the headphone. Oh, that's, sorry. Better? Yeah, that's better for me. Is that better for you, mate?
That's gone down a bit just since I came on.
That's right. Just turn it up a little bit. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's better now. Yeah.
So we'll go on when you're ready. Do you want to get a drink before? We've got 60 seconds.
Yeah, we're going to do that now. I'll get you a drink.
Go on, mate. Go get a drink.
Do you want a drink of anything? Do you want a Coke or water or?
I'm all good.
You've got that? Coke or sugar?
Thanks, Matt. I've got some. Good afternoon and happy Father's Day. Welcome to McKellar Park, the home of Belconnen United Football Club, where we're here for the neutral finals. It's women's qualification and elimination finals day. We start off with 1 versus 2 for a place in the grand final up for grabs. A little later on, 7 o'clock, well, Canberra Olympic will take on Belconnen United. Do or die for them. For the loser, the season is done. For the victor, a chance to play in the preliminary final next week. I'm joined here by Ian Worthington, who's going to be with us for the next couple of hours at least, and then a little bit longer as well. Ian, welcome. First of all, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you as well, Ross. It's been a lovely day so far.
Yeah, you've been out for a little bit of breakfast. Did you get your black pudding, is the question?
I did. They called it burnt red sausage or burnt sausage or
Burnt
something.
sausage, is that?
And it wasn't, yeah. Blood sausage. Anyway, it was black pudding and it was cooked to perfection. And yeah, that was at Black Fire in Braddon.
Give them a bit of a shout out. Did your kids get you anything nice?
They got me a few lovely things, yeah, even the shirt that I've got on at the moment.
I can see that one. Looks nice.
And
new.
check number.
Check number. I love a check number. I've got a very check shirt. I got boxing gloves off my young lad.
Did you really?
And he got some boxing gloves as well. I think he wants to fight. It's going to be great. Yeah, like he's only 6. He likes to have a bit of a battle around. Anyway, let's focus on what we're here for this afternoon. It's qualification final first. 1 versus 2. Unbeaten Belconnen United. No one's got near them this season, except for Canberra Croatia, who ran them close once, and except for Canberra Olympic, who ran them a bit close in that knockout competition earlier in the season. Going to go through the teams in just a moment as well. I want to just have a chat, first of all, about the reserve stuff that's gone on already today. Qualification final. Belconnen United surprised Canberra Croatia. Now, over the last couple of days, we have been inundated with surprises. The league champions in the boys 16s, the boys 18s got beaten. CPL league champions Belconnen, they lost 2-1 to Canberra Olympic. In the NPL men's 23s, O'Connor Knights, the league champions, they lost 2-1 to Tigers. In the men's first grade last night, league champions Canberra Croatia lost to Tigers FC. Earlier today, in a couple of the girls' semi-finals, league champions have been beaten, knocked out. I mean, you saw it firsthand in the under-18s yesterday. It's remarkable what's been happening. Earlier on today, Croatia won, Belconnen 2. There go the league champions in the women's reserves as well. All into the prelim finals next week. Gabriella Poole pulled one back for Croatia. Goals from Layla Billington and a Megan Snell own goal. Unfortunately, punched one into her own nets. That put Belconnen through. Croatia get the second chance. They'll play Canberra Olympic, who crushed an under-strength Gungahlin by 6-0. Alexis Cerner. Hat-trick for Rhiannon Davis. Scored 1 goal before today, centre-back. Scores 3, including 1 from 3 metres inside her own half. So she got herself a treble. Nikita Perry and Sienna Ness with the goals there as well. But Ian Worthington, why do all the league champions keep getting beaten, and are Belconnen about to buck the trend?
I don't know the second answer. I'll come to that a little bit later. Be careful what I say and sit on the fence a bit. The answer to your first question is, well, you get the form throughout the season, and you also get a couple of defeats along the way that are forgiving, and that's a competition that goes over 24, 26 weeks. You win most, you'll lose a couple along the way, and you just get that good run of form that sees you over the line. And actually, I love the league campaign, and I've loved the league campaign this year in the Tigers, but with the 18 specifically. And well, there's been some top teams in that competition. Belconnen, as you mentioned, won the competition with a great team. Tigers finished second and had some fantastic games and results along the way. And then Tigers faced Gungahlin yesterday, who've got some terrific representative players in their side and actually deserve to win the game. And in a one-off competition is what I'm getting to, really. It gets to finals, and it's about a one-off and winning the one-off, not winning across 26 rounds. And this is what it's coming to. You prepare differently. And
perhaps it shows the strength of those competitions that you were talking about, that the team that finished second can actually knock over the team that finished top. Now, it's not the end of the world, because the way football obviously works in this country, you beat them in the grand final, you get to go again next week, unless, of course, you play in the junior competitions, in which case you're done. Bit harsh, but realities of lessons of life for young players, perhaps, in that it doesn't always go your own way.
Definitely not, and it's just that preparation again, and just speaking from personal experiences this season, 2 opportunities to win the league which decided not played very well, and results have gone against us, and that would have handed us the championship, and Belconnen won it instead. But that doesn't suggest that we've not played well this year, because the team have been absolutely fabulous, and their attitude and as general just boys, they've been brilliant from start to finish. But when it comes to finals, as I've just said, it's a knockout situation. You've got to learn to adapt differently. You've got to have that winning mentality. You've got to make sure that you overcome your individual and overcome the team. And Gungahlin did that against Tigers.
So part 2 of the question, are Belconnen about to buck the trend and make their way through to the grand final? They've played 22 games in all competitions this season. They've won 22 times. Not even dropped a point. In the league, 19 games, 19 wins, 120 goals scored, 11 conceded. A goal difference of plus 109, 14 points clear of Canberra Croatia, who they're playing this afternoon. If you were a betting man, and you're not, and I know that Belconnen have beaten them 3 times this season as well, how and can Canberra Croatia turn them over today?
I think it's going to be closer than perhaps it has been earlier on, latter stages of the season, based on how many games Belconnen have won and what the point difference is come the end. We watched the very first tie of these two playing at Kayleen, wasn't it?
It was
earlier
back
on in the
in
year.
round 3.
And that toed and froed. Canberra Croatia in front, Belconnen were in front.
Well, Belconnen were 2 up, and then Canberra Croatia scored those 3 goals in 50 minutes before half-time to lead 3-2 before Belconnen won 4-3.
Yep.
And then in the last game, in round 10, it was 2 early goals in the half. First half hour for Belco. Again, Croatia came back. Riley Ewan pulled back in stoppage time too late. And last time we were here, Sam Watson called the game that won the league for Belco, 1-0. Pascal Lehay. So they haven't blown them away, but their goals, the ability that they've got to score goals all over the park. And we will look at the teams in a minute, and I've got some interesting news in the Canberra Croatia one in terms of their lineup as well. They've obviously juggled things to try and make it change. have you seen enough from Canberra Croatia in those games and throughout this season to suggest that they could upset the apple cart today?
Within the squad that they've got, yes. And I think they're going to be a stern test for Belconnen. I don't think it's going to go all Belconnen's way. Juggling with a team rather than a settled team, probably not my approach. I think a settled team it generally works even out of the domestic campaign into knockout. You want the players to know those patterns, how, those partnerships, those relationships, and from there. So if you upset the apple cart too much to try and disrupt your opponents, sometimes it bites you in the backside.
It might well do, and we will go through those teams in just a moment. The matches we had yesterday showed us a lot of qualities in finals. There could be a reason to have a look at them. And I'm looking back at the men's last night. Canberra Croatia couldn't shake off Tigers. Tigers were very resilient. Went in front 3 times against Canberra Croatia and eventually held on. Then, of course, we watched the games yesterday, and I'm going to refer to the Tuggeranong match against Monero Panthers. Moments matter. Moments matter for Tuggeranong. Moments matter for in those games. There was a chance for Steve Neelan at 2-1. He's put it wide. That I'm not saying that's the game in a nutshell, but that moment matters, and we're going to get moments like that today.
Either side of half-time, I think.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, it's the near post.
Yep.
Comes back out. I hear you reference later to a Monero goal. It's the post and goes in the back of the net.
Yep.
And those little moments in games that do make the difference in finals. Stevie Neelan, just after the break, goes through. Stevie Neelan scored umpteen goals this year and misses that chance. Does that wake Monero up and they go on to win the game comfortably anyway? Well, that's in hindsight. But that may have changed the game, but it would have certainly got Tuggeranong back into it. Moments in games, moments in finals are what are key, and you've got to take those moments at those times.
Okay, let's have a look at the two teams then, starting with Belconnen United's lineup. Scott Conlon goes with a 4-3-3. Claire Joseph continues in goal in the absence of Mathilde Laurel Tide. The back four sees Bronte Pike playing a 100th National Premier League women's game this afternoon at right back. Steffi Legends is the left back choice. The central defensive pair, Lauren Preston and Eilish McDonough. Midfield 3 sees Annika Corrie and Isabella Highmarsh in a deeper role. Talia Backhouse drops into the number 10 position, allowing Pascal Lahaye to continue on the right. Alina Roberts will go down the middle. Kira Bobbin, with 26 goals and a golden boot to her name, will be on the left. On the bench, Madison Sawkins, Layla Billington, who scored a towering header in the reserves victory this morning, Lisa Carey, Pearl Teen, and the return of Hattie Cram from injury. First time we might see her as a first-grade player again this afternoon. But it's a strong side. Interesting change, though, with Backhouse dropping into the 10 role and Roberts leading the line.
I think that'll interchange. I think Backhouse will get on quite a bit, and it might even look like a 2 centrally at a lot. Just having that trust behind them with Annika Corey and Izzy Highmarsh. But I think one thing's for sure is that we know that Scott Conlon likes to get possession of the ball through Izzy and Annika and will hit wide areas where they've got pace to burn, and that's where they will try and hurt Canberra Croatia.
Musialongo is not leaving anything to chance today. He's picked a very attacking lineup. It's 4-2-3-1, we're told, for Canberra Croatia against the league champions. Ellie Summers will continue in goal. The fullbacks will see Eliza Jen Norris and Tiana Boots either side of a central defensive pairing of Luella Coleman and Hannah Burke. Then the 2 in the midfield will be Jamie Berkeley and Michaela Thornton. Then we've got a line of 3. Riley Ewan one side, Brittany Palombi the other, Isabella Barrach as a 10. April Hill will lead the line as the sole 9. It's a really attacking and adventurous lineup that Musialongo's picked today. On the bench, Riley McQueenie, Angelina Babbage, Letitia Babbage, Ellie Raymond, Saskia Newman. Good bench as well. What do you make of a 4-2-3-1?
I love a 4-2-3-1. It's my favourite formation. And look, I think I've been in the town long enough where most people know that would be my start shape.
I'm surprised you don't go with a 5-4-1, mate. I mean, you're defensive now.
Nah, 6. 3 plus 2 either side, and one just sat in front there. But no. 4 at the back with 2 in front gives you the platform to play from, because not only is that a solid defensive shape, it gives you the ability to play from deep areas. You've then got your width, you've got your height, and you've got your depth in your front line. So there you go. That's my philosophy in about a 30-second.
Look, I like it. I like the formation. I like the fact that they're going out there and tweaking it somewhat to go, well, let's put our attacking players in the field, let's get them out there and give them an opportunity to try and win the football match. Here come the two sides. Croatia in the red shirts, red shorts and blue socks, of course, and there's Belconnen United in their sky blue, dark blue and white. So referee is Cameron Wallace, Vince Cosentini and Saran Teatrical are your assistants. Sit back and get ready. What we did notice yesterday, and what we've seen down the years, of course, is the qualification final, Ian, tends to have a different vibe to the elimination one, because there is at the back of the mind, and I'm sure it's not at the forefront of consciousness, the opportunity to go again if you don't win today. So often it's a fairly nervy but more tepid encounter than the one we might see later on, where both teams just go for it because they know that if they lose, they're gone.
Are you also going to ask me whether you prefer to have a week off or just
we've had this
today?
Conversation. I mean, when I made the mistake of asking you that when I was on the phone in the week, about 45 minutes later.
Well, it sounds like an evening in England, doesn't it? But my answer would always be get the win done, have the week off, come back for the final. Don't put it in any doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a really good game between these two teams in the reserves this morning. It was an excellent fixture between Belconnen and Canberra Croatia. Belconnen scored, as we were talking moments ago, at the right moments, at the right times in the game. Croatia pulled one back late on, but didn't give themselves enough time to turn it around. You can't chase this Belconnen team, can you, really, Ian? If you are, they can pick you off, and they've got enough quality to do so. Is it vital the first goal goes to Canberra Croatia?
No. I think that so long as the Muzzy keeps the shape and his team is set up not to go chasing, then you can have an element of patience and get yourself back into the game. So long as you're keeping it, like say they go 1-0 down, I mean, it goes a bit different when you get to 3 and 4 and you've got to completely change your shape and how you adapt in your front end and take more risks. But within the shape that they've got, they need to stay in the game as long as they can, because undoubtedly chances will come their way.
Teams have met 23 times in the NPLW era. Belconnen won 15, Croatia 6. The other two matches have ended in a draw. There's been 67 goals scored in those games. Blue Devils 43, Croatia 24. Here at McKellar Park, 11 matches played in that era. Belconnen 6, Croatia 3. 2 matches ended in a stalemate. Perhaps the most telling statistic, though, of all of these is of the last 10 games between these two teams, Belconnen have won 9 and there's been 1 draw. It's been a long time between Canberra Croatia and a victory. Will they change that statistic within the next 90 minutes or perhaps 120? Perhaps there's penalties in the foreseeable future. We will see. It will be Alina Roberts over the ball for Belconnen United, taking the clubhouse ends in the first half. Quick check of the watches from Cameron Wallace. Big game for him as well in the middle today. And as often, we just hope we're not talking about referees at the end of the 90 minutes. Off we go then. Belconnen United, who've been amongst the goals, they cannot stop scoring goals. Kira Bobbins scored a lot of them, 26 to her name in 19 games this year. It's a phenomenal strike rate. Yeah,
it is. A real impact, hasn't she, especially from wide areas.
Steffi Legends wins the header. Heavily strapped right knee. The fullback.
I think at the Charity Shield, right at the beginning of the year, we spoke about Steffi Legends coming back from a knee injury. So
yeah, precaution,
yeah, and just the fact that she's getting back into the first team here at Belconnen is every credit to her, and fantastic season on her comeback.
Lauren Preston's got a heavily strapped left thigh as well. It's that time of year, isn't it, where you just strap it up and get on with it.
It is, and God forbid any of them gets a major injury today. Just with that, just take this time to wish Chelsea Haitley all the best after a... We'll
come back to that in a second as Bella Badac goes down in the penalty area, waved away. McDermott will clear. And one for Bobbin to chase and one for Roberts to chase. Norris sandwiched either side, and has she put enough on that? She has, just about. Summers away. Came off Pascal Hay. Down the boots should be able to see this out. Yeah, Chelsea Haitley, one of a number of Gungahlin United players will be missing tonight with injuries. Few season-ending injuries. Sophia Mercurius from Canberra Croatia has done a calf, and she's done for the year as well.
Yeah. I saw Chelsea and her mum Loretta yesterday, and it looks like a horrible injury.
Yeah, I saw her at the Riverside. In
ACL, MCL, and meniscus all gone. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to wish Chelsea all the best in her recovery.
And everybody else that's injured as well. Josh Pedersen from Tuggeranong United got friendly fire from Xavier Davies in training in the week, and he's done all sorts to his knee, unfortunately. So everyone injured at this time of year, we hope you get a bit better. Here's Mickey Thornton, back for Coleman. Needs to send it forward. Riley Ewan wins the header. Big day for Claire Joseph today, only her 5th appearance of the season, 24 games in the MPL under her belt. The injury to Mathilde Laurel Tai has opened the door for Claire Joseph. She's done well in the games she's been picked for.
And sometimes it is the player, isn't it, that's less well known, or should I say less, NPL games that can become the hero. We've seen it several occasions.
McDonough under pressure from Hill, who's robbed the ball, but it's a good challenge back from Eilish McDonough. Legends forwards. Both fullbacks today, EJ Norrison and Tiana Boots, like to get forward. Do you have to curb your natural instincts sometimes to stop this kind of thing, what we almost saw there? It's a stray arm in the face of Lena Roberts. Barach can prop it to Palombi. Come back to that point in just one moment. Palombi up against Pike. That will ricochet off, and we'll get our first corner. Do they have the point of making is that do Norris and Boots curb those natural instincts because of the pace that Belconnen offer going the other way?
I don't think at the earliest parts of the game you'd be getting your fullbacks on. You just need to assess how your opponents are playing, and they're likely to have 2 wide players for Belconnen, so get those 2 nailed down first, and as the game progresses, give you the confidence to then start to move forward. Look, again, working on philosophical stuff is if I play 4-2-3-1, it's more based on one side going forward, one side coming round.
High Marsh looking to send it through for Roberts. There was 2 on this overlap, overloaded on the left flank, and the point I'm trying to make was almost illustrated right there. You don't want to get caught by the jet-heeled front 3.
Well, I mean, we have a great vantage point at McKellar Park here. We'll look at EJ Norris getting a bit high there, and you can already see Tiana Boots just tucking in on the left-hand side, and then comes round there. So it's a nice shape. You can clearly see that the girls have worked on that this week.
Last time the teams met in a qualification final was in 2019. Belconnen came out on top by 2-0. These 2 teams have met in 4 grand finals in the MPLW era. Both teams have 2 victories each under their belts. They may meet again, of course, in a fortnight's time at this very venue. At this very time, we could be sitting in this very spot talking about the same things. Mind you, there's 2 other teams that will follow this that will have a word to say about that.
Well, I certainly suggest Frank Keisha, who's just sat down to our right, is going to have something to say about that as Canberra Olympics head coach, and Matthew Keisha, who's just behind you to your left, will be taking a lot of notice to that as well. Yeah,
Marcel Munoz' Gungahlin United have got a part to play, of course. Here's Brittany Palombi looking to lift that in towards Hill, and Joseph comes and plucks it off her head. Really excellent piece of goalkeeping from Claire Joseph. Confident opening to the game for the number 1.
That was brilliant technique, and almost just took it in a stride, didn't she? She stepped out and grasped it with both hands, took it really well.
I was talking to Scott Condon this morning and Katie Woodman on the field prior to the reserves game, and we were talking about chances. And in these finals games, it's all about taking your chances, and especially when you're playing against a team like Belconnen, you need to take your chances because you don't get as many as you might get against other teams. There might be few and far between. Here's Bobbin. Gives it away to Riley Ewan, formerly of here.
Yeah, that's the big challenge for EJ Norris, isn't she? Just defending this wide area with Bobbin in front of us. Once she gets going, it's just her pace when she's running straight lines that has been so useful for the last few years.
Riley Ewan's father, of course, Ben, is president of this football club, Belconnen United, and she was working in the canteen this morning here, Riley Ewan, serving the teas and coffees for Belconnen, and now she's out on the field wearing the red of Canberra Croatia, looking to knock them out. Pike's found the hay, but the flag goes up offside. Unusual situation, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is. And you probably, well, unless you turn around like an owl, you probably can't see Ben over your left shoulder, but he's there in his Belconnen United tracksuit and, you know, looking after the canteen.
I did ask him if he had split loyalties today. I did ask him the question earlier on, and he did say he's with Belconnen. Of course.
I think Matt Keisha wants to come and have a word here.
Does he? What does Matt Keisha want, honestly? Yeah.
Maybe he's asking if you want a drink.
Absolutely, getting the coffees in.
Yeah, he has got a coffee in, actually. Yeah, he has, yeah.
Here's Legends. Well, that's come off of Annika Corrie. It's turned into a decent pass for the midfielder, who was dominant in the cup final between these two teams here early in the campaign. Scored the winning goal, but Boston midfield that contained Thornton, Berkeley, Barach. Got Izzy Highmarsh for company for the 80th time in the National Premier League. Izzy Highmarsh on the field today. 4 goals to her name. Can strike a ball. First chance for her to send a free kick forward, but no one in blues gambled. And Eddie Summers, who saved a penalty in that final. From Melissa de Campley, who's now over in America doing things at college level.
She's been over there for a couple of weeks now, hasn't she? And had the big photo shoot that they love to do in American college system when all the new players join. And yeah, it looked like she enjoyed that, and she looks like she's happy for that new challenge. And yeah, she will be missed by Belconnen United because she's been brilliant in front of goal for a few years for them, but absolutely delighted for her that she's on an American scholarship.
McDonough, you'd have got a scholarship if you were intelligent enough or good at football.
You know that I lived out there for a few years.
I know I did.
You know,
I don't think you were on a scholarship, though.
I wasn't on a scholarship. No, I don't like to gloat about these things.
Barach. And Palombi sweeps it right-footed. Not her favourite finishing leg, but can finish with both. Britt Palombi has got 16 goals to her name this year. Still chasing down that goal a game that she was a bit cross that she lost out on. 209 goals, 213 games. Most people would be happy with that kind of return. Ian Worthington, who, if anybody doesn't know, had a spell. Was it New York, New Jersey Metro Stars? Was that what they were called?
Yes, it was. It's who are now the New York Red Bulls.
That's them.
Since you asked.
Yeah, well, I didn't ask. I was just trying to tell everybody.
Not about me.
There's a big clonk as you drop that name anyway.
Exactly, yeah. Watch your toes.
Stevie Legends with the throw. Bob inflicted on. Look, look, you should be very proud, mate. I mean, it's not everyone who gets the opportunity to play against Bayern Munich.
No, not at all. But yeah, that was a good.
Your parents were very happy.
A good 9 minutes of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. What a 9 minutes, though. Here's Coleman at the back to flick one out here towards Riley Ewan. Nice first touch, and stumbled, unfortunately, to the forwards. Been amongst the goals this season in a limited time that she's been with the club. 4 starts, 6 appearances off the bench, 4 goals. Hill had a slow start, April Hill, but then started to score at a decent rate. She's almost a goal a game at the moment as well now. A former Portsmouth striker.
Yeah, but you've got to acclimatise coming over. It's a hell of a long way to come over from playing at Portsmouth and then try and fit into the Canberra football system. And by the sounds of it, she's having a good time and a good experience over here. And like you say, of recent games, she's also started to put the ball in the back of the net. So well done to her.
Holds it up well as well, doesn't she? Steffi Legends. She's got the pace to match Riley Ewan. Going to need to. Physical battle as well.
The only disappointing thing with April Hill at the moment is she's southern, mate. So, I mean, other than that, she seems all right.
Southern, honestly.
It's not northern, is it? That's the problem that she's got.
Speaking of which, 3-0 last night for you boys over AFC Wimbledon.
Over Wimbledon?
I thought they were Bolton 1-1. I thought that's what their name was, instead of Wanderers.
Wimbledon had to have 2 players sent off for us to win 3-0, so that always helps playing against 9. But yeah, they were good. Enjoyed it.
Legends nods that one away. Corrie looks to send Roberts. One for her to chase. LaHaye is ahead, and that's where it's gone. Pascal LaHaye looking to take on Coleman. Sticks to it defensively well. Lulu Coleman, excellent piece of defensive work. Corner's been given though. Must have clipped the heel of Coleman from LaHaye as it was going out of play. Looked like it from here, didn't it?
Well, the CFC bench have gone up really, and they're pretty adamant that it's not a corner.
Their angle's probably a bit different to ours, though. We've got a bit more of an elevated view. Well, I'm sure they'll be very cross if this goes in there. Is he high march to take? To sweep this one towards the far post. Beautiful ball in. Backhouse Rose. Couldn't keep it down. The reserves elimination final that I watched earlier when Canberra Olympic beat Gungahlin 6-0, 5 of the goals came from set pieces. Believe it or not. Corners and free kicks, the undoing of Gungahlin.
And yet there's a lot of times I've spoken to female players who get a little bit frustrated with their quality deliveries and not the players in the box getting on the end of them with good contact. But that contradicts my point.
It's poor from Burke. Got away with that one. Yeah, the players got on the end of it quite nicely. Some good volleys. I will say that some of the celebrations were less than clever. Bobbin's ball into the box. Comes for LaHaye. Yeah, there's some dubious celebrations. Some sort of pelican arm waving.
Okay. I saw
what was wrong with just to turn around, walk back halfway, shake hands, off you go again?
I saw an under 14 or 15 game as I was walking around yesterday.
Well, Barach's ball through, and Hill's going to get there first, perhaps. Just ahead of Joseph. Ewan's header towards goal lacks the power in the direction. Preston comes to the rescue.
I'll tell you what, she's got some presence up there, April, hasn't she? She's brave. She's not bothered about getting the ball in the air.
Good goalkeeping as well from Joseph, though, wasn't it, to get out there and block. Norris, short ball for Ewan, tries to roll Legends, away by McDonough. And you can finish your story about the under 12, 15s.
Oh, I was going to say, it's not the best end to the story, and it's not a really interesting story, but it was another player who thought he'd go and, kung fu kick the corner flag when he went and scored. I'm like...
Did he break it?
It was about, I don't know, it was too far away. I hope not.
I would have kung fu kicked the corner flag. But
would you?
No, yeah, but then I would have done my back and my knee in.
You never got outside the 6-yard box. How would you go and kick a corner flag?
Kick a corner flag.
That's a long way to go to celebrate.
You'd have a look at it. I watched Anthony Yagarinitz, the Canberra United coach, score a goal in the FA Cup once, the Westfield, and the Australia Cup qualifying, and he went to run to the corner flag and he was knackered by the time he got halfway there.
Mate, you're not celebrating near a corner flag when you score. I wouldn't know, I hardly ever scored, but, I wasn't following anybody there either.
You knock yourself out.
Get back up here and keep a clean sheet. That was the most important thing. Both
sides with a clean sheet to their name at the moment. Croatia was on a 4-match winning run before they were defeated by Canberra Olympic last weekend. Went down by 1-0. Blue Devils, well, they've scored 14 times in their last 3 MPLW fixtures. They've conceded just once. That was a 4-1 win over Canberra Olympic in round 16. It's been a very dominant league season. They began by winning the Charity Shield. They've now won every single league match. They won all their cup ties, and they won the cup final. Picked up the league trophy. If they win today, Ian, and the grand final next week, what is there to do next year? They've gone undefeated through the whole season. They've won everything. They've only conceded 11 goals in the league. There's not much else more to do, is there?
For them, it's about what players, if they're that good, can the coaches push to the next level. So surely that's what you've got to be thinking as a coach. Yeah, well done, you've won as a coach and you've got your players to win things. But when, it sounds really disrespectful what I'm going to say next, but if you win everything in Canberra, your next level is, well, what can I be doing for my players to go and play at the next level? How many A-League players can you get? How many players can we get going playing at, Marconi or Arpia or stuff like that? That's my theory anyway.
Corrie. Ball forward for Kira Bobbin, who's gone in behind. And can lay it into the path of Corrie, who can't quite get it under her feet. Still there for Bobbin. Might be teed up for Backhouse. Lacks the power. And an easy one for Summers. Just on the subject of Belconnen United, and I mentioned Katie Woodman today. She tells me it was her last game today. After 19 seasons at the same club. A whole plethora of trophies. I think it was something like 9 grand finals, 9 league championships, 7 grand final wins, 7 Federation Cup victories as well. Quite phenomenal career, and to spend half your life at one football club and to come away with it. Most people will be happy with one medal, but come away with a whole swag that she's done. She's been a quite phenomenal presence at this football club, and she'll be missed as well. Sensational career, really, at the local level.
I didn't know that was all of her stats. That's very impressive, and congratulations to Katie in the year that she's had.
Here goes Backhouse, bursting past Norris and winning a corner, I think, or did it come back off?
It came back off her foot. Yeah, it's a goal kick.
Yeah, and Nikki Thornton has something to say about it as well. But yeah, congratulations to Katie Thornton. She said this felt like a bit like a
Katie Thornton.
Katie,
I know the mates.
Katie Woodman, because the last 4 or 5 games have all been at this venue, and it's been great for her to play in front of her home fans. Yeah.
Hopefully she stays involved in another capacity, or I don't know, gets involved in coaching or something like that.
Well, 19 years at the same club is more than half her life, she was saying, so that's phenomenal, really. These days, some players don't stay at a club for more than 19 minutes, let alone 19 years. But yeah, a lot of trophies and medals to look back on. A lot of memories, no doubt. Bronte Pike, who's had a sensational year again, 12 goals from fullback. There'll be plenty of strikers that'll be happy with 12 goals. Her 100th game today, in predominantly as a fullback. 33 times she's found the net as an attacking wingback. Let's put your left back stats to shame.
She gets forward a lot more than I did.
Put her in the forwards club. That's incredible.
No, she's definitely in the left backs club, because I think most times I commentate on the women's games with Belconnen and I end up giving her player of the match. So I think she'd probably be aware that I speak very highly of her.
Norris looking to get on the end of this. It's a sensational goal return again for her this year. 16 appearances, 2 off the bench as well. 12 goals to her name. Riley Ewan looking to burst forwards. Stumbles into Kira Bobbin. More of a coming together, I think, than anything
do you
else.
think? I think that's a free kick. I think she's done brilliantly, Riley Ewan, to recover.
Barach looking to loft it in for April Hill, who's going to get there first. And away from Bobbin, who's not in a good way here.
She's hurt from the challenge before, isn't she, with Riley Ewing?
Yeah, might have come caught on the ankle. I thought from my angle that maybe she stumbled into the tackle rather than it being a foul off her feet. But
she stops the forward movement of Riley Ewing in that situation. So stumble or not stumble, she's still given a foul away. And therefore, if Riley Ewing doesn't get stumbled into, she gets beyond Bronte Pike.
I get the point you're making, but Riley Ewan didn't complain. And Riley Ewan would have complained had she thought it was a foul.
And I tell you what, she recovered brilliantly well and went and won the ball back. So, I mean, look, when Riley Ewing's on it, she can be unplayable, can't she?
I mean, fair play to Kira Bobbin for getting back there as well,
yeah,
as the left-sided forwards. Now, they don't want to lose her to injury. Very even start to this contest at the moment. OPC NPL qualification final in the women's. We're 20 minutes in. It's 0-0. Chances few and far between. Eddie Summers has had a very quiet opening to the contest. Wouldn't imagine it's going to last that way. Hindmarsh, here's Corrie. Can shoot from distance, does shoot from distance. Pulls Summers into action.
Good movement from Ellie Summers to recover from a kick. Her handling was great, body behind the ball. At that point, I know we spoke about 4-2-3-1 with CFC before, but they were very much 4-3-3 and caught very high at that time.
Ewan won the header. They're wanting a push in the back by Steffi Legends. Wasn't very subtle from the left back.
Not much choice.
It was a fairly easy decision for the referee, wasn't it? Coleman will take the free kick.
Started very well, Lulu Coleman. Solid display so far.
Looking for Hill. Might come for Palombi. 16 goals for her in 11 starts this year. Runs that one out of play there. Reminder that 7 o'clock tonight, Canberra will play Belconnen United. You'll join me for that as well, won't you? You're on both of these today because the person I had lined up had to pull out, unfortunately. So you were substituted in because you were going to be here anyway.
Oh, see, because I thought we were having chicken and chips in between.
I've already had my chicken and chips.
Oh, have you?
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, right, thanks for letting me know.
Well, you were too busy eating your blood sausage, whatever it was. The old BFC, the Belconnen fried chicken.
My eggs Benedict I had as well down there. It was stunning.
And of course, your kids paid for it because it was Father's Day.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, through my wife, but yeah, they paid for it. Love the fact I had a private dining experience set up by Maddie. That was pretty fantastic in there.
Excellent work. Thanks for the invite.
Well, it wouldn't have been private then, would it? It would be private plus
just
you.
One person extra.
Sat at a table for one.
With all my mates.
Yeah.
Come through Roberts.
Sure your family would have loved that.
To slide it through, and Lahey might get there, but Summer's starting position was very good. I'm going away with my family in a couple of weeks, in fact. For our belated Father's Day thing. Balach. Hannah Burke. Clips it up the middle towards Hill. Well read by Preston. Comes for Highmarsh. A couple ahead to hit, but unlike Izzy Highmarsh, a bit too much heat on the ball. Conditions today very good for football. No wind to speak of. Temperature, well, benign really, isn't it? It's not too bad at all.
It's a beautiful day. Usually we get that breeze, don't we, coming through the back here. There's just a bit of an opening behind us for those that have not been to McKellar, which I'm sure pretty much everyone listening has. It's a beautiful day.
Can't ask for much more as a player. Surface is very good. Looks a bit patchy with the yellow grass that will turn to green shortly. There's nothing wrong with it.
Canberra United on here again next season.
Certainly are. And the fixture list comes out, of course, with out Western United in it now.
The men's and the women's in the end.
Yeah, they're in what they're calling conditional hibernation, which is an interesting way of saying that they're not playing.
What are they, a squirrel?
I thought it was brown bear, but squirrel just as well. It means they're not playing this year, but they've been given them a year to try and get some appeals together and sort out the process.
I don't mind that idea.
You'd struggle for a squad, though, to get your team together.
Well,
you'll lose everybody, and then you have to start again.
Well, they've got that to contend with, but, I mean, it's better than just not having anything at all.
That's true. Gives them an opportunity. Legends, Bobbin. Good to turn, Kira Bobbin. Twin braids are flying for the 26-goal golden boot. Lahey. Preston got there. Pike will stretch to keep it in. And find Pascal Lahey. Room to manoeuvre now for Pascal Lahey. Runners ahead of her. One of them is Talia Backhouse. Couldn't quite get it into her stride. Balach. Palombi. Again breaks for Lahey. In between the lines once more for Backhouse. Corrie's there too. Roberts will chase it down. He's a willing runner, Alina Roberts. Highmarsh. Nicely done, McDonough.
Good movement from McDonough to step in.
Bobbin back to goal. Nicked off her toes by Jamie Berkeley. Looks for Ewan.
Started well, Jamie Berkeley. Won a lot of those midfield duels so far.
Ewan helps it on. McDonough steps in front of Hill. And then finds Sal Giovinazzo with the pass. Not quite what she was intending. And Hill steps on it. Allows Legends to take it forward. And again, Steffi Legends and a good ball for LaHaye. Only Corrie in the middle at the moment. He settles for the corner and a chance to send the big guns forwards. Chance for Belconnen United maybe to break the deadlock. 27 minutes gone, no score in the qualification final. Place back here in 2 weeks for the winner. Place at Deakin Stadium next week for those unlucky enough not to win. High Marsh swings it in, nicely taken there by Summers.
Very good take, Ellie Summers, very good take.
The Croatian bench wanted to go early.
Yeah, but
there was no one to hit though, was there? There was plenty back. And
I always think that when you rush the goalkeeper and shout on him like that, and don't get me wrong, I've been guilty of this in the past, you sometimes rush a really poor kick and you end up having to go at them for like shanking it or kicking it out of play, and you're like, well, why did you just open my mouth in the first place?
I don't mind the going early, but there was only April Hill there up against 3.
I think they were looking for Riley Ewing.
She hadn't quite got there, I don't think.
I don't think so either. She wasn't set to play.
Summers sends it out over the head of Bobbin, who stretches to win it. Comes for Norris. And only played for Corrie. High Marsh. Going to squeeze that one through. Barach. Back for Coleman.
That's not bad if they can get April Hill running towards goal and just being rather than being a back-to-goal player.
LaHaye. Joined the club back again in mid-season. 6 goals to her name in only 5 appearances, with a couple of them of which were a substitute. She's played 19 games for this club in total. Pascal LaHaye was at ANU a couple of seasons ago, scored 8 times. There's a lot of goals amongst this team, as you would expect. Only one of the 10 outfield players today, Ian, has not scored this season, which is quite remarkable. And that's left back Steffi Legends, yet to get on the score sheets. Perhaps not surprising, she's played 101 MPL games before today and only scored once. So, not really her forte.
It is a surprise, really, in a team that does score so many goals and has such attacking influence. But
she's just the one that sits back and lets them all do it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Just talking from personal experience.
Not everyone can go forwards.
She does a very good job at defending as well, and a very solid team, so every credit to her.
As you mentioned, though, at the start of the broadcast, these days, often it's the players you least expect that might come up with something. And we'll see whether that's the case. Barach.
Good work from Annika Corey.
Super feet as well.
What a season she's had, by the way. Been terrific.
How good were the quick feet there, Ian? Honed on the futsal courts of Australia.
Oh dear, you have to spoil it, don't you? They've been honed on the football fields of Canberra. Nothing to do with the futsal courts around the world.
Definitely futsal feet.
No, it wasn't. She learned that in
Summers.
on a grass field when she was 8.
She loves her futsal.
She's yeah, she's fit to play. She's obviously not played futsal for a while.
One of the best futsal players that we've got in the region as well.
Is she?
Yeah, and she will play in the. No doubt she'll be in the CFL again this year.
I've got to know her fairly well, but we never seem to talk about futsal. I just don't think she likes it. I think that's what it is.
You just don't like it, mate.
Oh, feet weren't quick enough.
No.
When you kick people, you get a foul against you. It's pointless.
Mate, you need to try it before you say you can't like it. That's what I say to my kids all the time.
Yeah, yeah. That's most things, yeah.
Backhouse.
Futsal, no.
Palombi to send it forward. McDonough's going to chase back here. Hill will keep her honest. And Joseph is able to sweep it down towards Bobbin. Norris did exceptionally well to get in front and to keep hold of it. Just a little nibble at the heels of Bobbin was enough.
If you give free kicks for them, you have to give them for most things, don't you? Sometimes you've got to let the game play.
And to be fair to Cameron Wallace, he's let it float. But as I mentioned, in all the qualification final I've watched so far this weekend, the 1v2 has been the slower paced version of the game. For whatever reason. Well won by Ewan again. And Hill can feed Barach. Palombi. Pivotal duel, I believe, this Palombi-Pike one over on that right flank for Belconnen, the left flank as you look at it for Croatia. Burke can go back to Summers.
When you get 1v2, you often get well-structured, well-organised teams, don't you? And, you know, that's why it looks a little bit more cagey, because of the structure of both teams.
Palombi's ball in. Joseph will come and collect again.
You look at Champions League finals where the two top teams, or World Cup finals, the two top teams, they often look like tight affairs because you're so well structured and organised that you're difficult to break down.
You lost me in the Champions League, mate. I'll watch that thing. Backhouse, good ball over the top, that is. Summers, though, starting position was good again.
Somebody told me about this Champions League competition once. I've never seen it.
Oh, that's brilliant from Ewan to get away from Steffi Legend, stretching her legs as well. Finds Hill in the channel. Well defended by Lauren Preston. Ate up a lot of ground to get there.
Great recovery from Lauren Preston to cover round and help a teammate out.
Tactical instructions from Missy Longo to Lulu Coleman.
Yeah, and a bit of activity on the Canberra Croatia bench.
Long throw into the area, scooped away by Pike. Berkeley stretched a leg at it. Coleman can only help it out into a swathe of grass where it will be easy enough for Canberra Croatia to get there. Reminder for you that next weekend at Deakin Stadium, live coverage at 4 o'clock of the Capital Premier League preliminary final between Belconnen United and ANU. We'll bring you live coverage of that on our YouTube channel at 4 o'clock, followed at 7 o'clock by Canberra Croatia versus Monero Panthers in the Men's National Premier League preliminary final. On Sunday, well, Strider Park is the venue for the women's preliminary final, the contestants of which are yet unknown, of course. And that's always a good day, the preliminary finals. There is no coming back from that one for the team that loses. And you might be around for one of those, Ian.
I'll be around for the next couple of weeks, mate. Nothing else to do. That's what happens when you get beat.
I wasn't going down that path, but saves you a couple of quid on match balls.
Yeah, we need to order some new ones for next season after all the hat-tricks our forwards have got this year.
Coleman, Burke away. Highmarsh pops it
Good
forward.
Positioning from Izzy Highmarsh, just sat behind, restarts the attack for Belconnen.
Roberts looking for a LaHaye again. Summers very, very good and quick out. Just on the youth grade football in both men's and women's at the under-18s level, and the reserves that we watched here and the girls' 17s that are playing right now. What we hope, more than anything, and it's not about winning trophies, it's not about the results, is that some of those players, if not quite a lot of them, will be at this level in a couple of years, and maybe next year, knocking on the door, trying to play in the first team. That's the whole point of the development, isn't it?
At this level or beyond, and you know, that's not being unkind about this level, but you look at the likes of Taya Aspland, who I was speaking to her parents before, and what an amazing achievement for her in recent weeks with the young Matildas, or the under-16s, and winning the Asia Cup. And what I was saying to Brad, her dad, that, well, that gives Football Australia the opportunity and trust to look at more players in Canberra if they're as good as Taya.
Run from LaHaye to send it in. Absolutely, and you know, that's what I'm talking about, is that she's a player that's come through the ranks and done the job, and you want to see some of those. Let's take, for example, your 18s boys. Ponty Pike just goes down this flank and picked away by Boots. want to see some of those 18s knocking on the door of the 23s in first grade next year.
And it is, and it's good for, it's what the club wants to do. You know, there's a lot of money spent on football in this town, and what you do want is, and what I'd like to see moving forward from a Tigers perspective, is that a lot of those 18s who are now old enough and age out of 18s to 23s, and can we get several of those boys to play 23s football and above next season? And it's, you know, that's a huge part of what football should be about in this town. Players graduating to the next level of football.
Eight minutes to the break. Still await the breakthrough here. I think Lucio Longo and his coaching staff will be pretty happy with the way it's going at the moment. They've restricted Belconnen to shots from distance. Really been able to overly test Ellie Summers, nothing that she shouldn't be able to cope with in any case. Coleman forward, Bobbin, who's been on the periphery.
I think they've had a good structure, Canberra Croatia, so far. I think they drop when that ball is trying to go behind their back line, and Ellie Summers' starting position's been really good.
Norris with the long throw. She'll get the chance for take two. Helped on by Ewan. McDonough. Thornton met it a little bit early, and that's why it's fallen for Corrie. One for LaHaye to chase again, but Burke and Boots and Summers between them have got this one nicely covered.
I'm just happy to let it roll into Summers, aren't they? There, just that ball behind. Good distance between the back line and the goalkeeper again.
Here's Kira Bobbin. Nods it for Corrie. Space for Roberts now. Alina Roberts, can she conjure something? LaHaye tried to flick it on. It's always going to be a difficult task to nod it onto herself in that kind of situation. Well taken, Balach. One back, Corrie. Shove on the pull on the shirt. So, Ian, I'm going to ask you the age-old question as we approach the last 5 minutes of the half. Which coach is the happier of the two right now?
I think Mus is the happier of the two at the moment. Based on the season, really, to date that Belconnen have had, and how they've got at teams and how they've got behind teams. Before I kill him with this going on here.
How much sends it forward? His back house doesn't quite drop. He'll probably just poison chalice that question now. Bronte Pike looking for Lauren Preston.
Just checking on Lulu Coleman there. So the player just run into her. She seems okay, but was just unhappy in her body about something initially.
Might have been the challenge with Backhouse. Might have been a slight clash of heads, perhaps.
She's holding something.
Is it the elbow?
The arm or the elbow or something on the left side.
I think he just jarred it.
But Muzzy's asking, he keeps asking them to come out a bit wider out this side. I might be wrong. I'm just trying to look at his body language and his instructions as we look down to our left. I don't mind them being compact up to half-time, personally, with just holding Belconnen at bay at these moments in the game. But if they can, the other side of it is if they can unlock Riley Ewing down this right-hand side, and she starts running forwards at Steffi Legend, she's in.
Bit of space over here, Riley Ewing. Needs the big switch, though. Over on that far side, in the sunshine, here at McKellar Park on Father's Day, OPC NPL qualification final. Belconnen United 0, Canberra Croatia 0. Reminder that extra time and penalties is available today. Now his should be a free kick. Backhouse brought down, and now this is an opportunity. Good position on the park for Izzy Highmarsh. Loves these kind of positions to send it into the penalty area. Corrie, Backhouse, Bobbin, a trio of blue shirts on the far post to be joined by Bronte Pike. Alina Roberts a little bit closer.
She's got the opportunity to test Ellie Summers from here as well. I know the setup like it's going to be a cross, but we do know that Izzy's capabilities might allow her to have a shot at goal as well here.
Yeah, the angle is against that, but you would not bet against it. Hammarström lifted in, just not accurate enough, and I think that's probably what she was trying to do, was hit the target. And when it doesn't work, it becomes a waste, and Scott Collin and Ilya Storis below us, scribbling pensively on a piece of paper. Scott Collin, studious coach, will be making his points in the next couple of minutes at half-time.
That is not good.
Felt one. Takes a lot to knock her off her feet.
Yeah, it does. It's just caught her, and she just needs to take her time to get up. Here, the concern of Britt Palumbi immediately was to check if she was all right, of course. But
she sat up straight away, probably proper winded, but as I say, tough cookie.
Well, it's hit her in the face.
Yeah. Just walking away from it, though, Bronte Pike. And that's why she's a member of the fullback club. How long have you been down for? About a week?
Oh, a season. Out with that. Can't spoil my looks, can I?
Not for me to say, my friend. Preston forward. How'd you go in the sunshine yesterday?
Yeah, all right. It was just tomato red as per usual.
Norris wins the header. Burke sends it out of play. Belconnen United just edging the possession stats, I think, as we edge towards half-time. The last 5 minutes or so, they've had the better of it in terms of territory, in terms of winning the ball, but haven't overly tested Ellie Summers as yet. Roberts trying to turn, no space really. Pike's got time to deliver, doesn't. Corrie might. Coleman defended that well. And then dawdled a little bit before she went to clear it. Might have got away with that. You make your own luck, though. Hamish and Bobby got in each other's way. Coleman.
It's not a bad effort from Lulu Coleman to put it in behind.
Well, Hill gambled to get in behind. Often that's not a bad idea, is it? But Eilish McDonough does not miss those kind of headers very often. And as we approach the final minute of the half, big halftime team talk coming up from both coaches. The halftime team talk, the shape of which might change should Canberra Croatia manage to nick one here.
I actually think that if Belconnen want to win the game in 90 minutes, it's them that might have to have the change where they just get on the front foot a little bit more. I know there's Pearl Teen on the bench, isn't there? And she's very, very good going forward and very creative as well. And so it'd be good to see whether they introduce her in the second half just to give it just a little, just be a bit more lively in the final third, or mid to final third.
Backhouse, that's been charged down by Berkeley and fallen for Palumbi. We'll take on Bronte Pike, who sticks to it. Where's that going? Which side of the flag? It's in moot points, because after only 11 seconds of stoppage time, Cameron Wallace says that will do in the first half. And Ian Worthington, absolutely nothing between them. Chances at a premium, and which is why we're heading into the sheds here, goalless.
Yeah, structurally great, especially Canberra Croatia. The players look like they understand their roles and responsibility. They've got that space behind the back line and the goalkeeper that's not allowing Belconnen in. And if the two sides walking in at the break, probably Belconnen United will be slightly more frustrated with not being given as many opportunities as what they may have thought.
Well, we've got 45 minutes at least of this to go. And one of these sides looking for a place in the grand final. It is up for grabs at half-time, though. There's absolutely nothing between them. 1 versus 2 in the OPC NPL qualification final at half-time here at McKellar Park. It's Belconnen United 0, Canberra Croatia 0. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the volume at the beginning, mate, but
think they're just bullshitting, honestly. Yeah,
I
it was fine on our end.
I tweaked it slightly and just turned it up a little on the master.
It's fine on our end. They could be just...
Turn your volume up on your TV,
It's
mate.
their fault.
I've not had any messages through, and we often do when...
I got one from someone before
Yeah.
saying the volume was low on it, and I said, turn your TV up, and they went, oh shit. It was like, oh yeah, it was just my TV, the volume was
Oh. Sorry, man, I should introduce myself on that.
welcome back here to McKellar Park as we get all set for the second half of the OPC NPL qualification final, where it's Belconnen United 0, Canberra Croatia 0. I'm Russ Gibbsy and Worthington is with me. I did see you at half-time, Ian, because I went off to check with Declan Smith what was happening. Saw Anthony Timotheo from Canberra Olympics scored the winning goal yesterday. Saw Max Green from Canberra Croatia didn't score the winning goal yesterday, missed a couple of chances as well. He was a bit sore and sorry for himself. Anthony Timotheo will be playing in the grand final though in the CPL. You having a chat with Frank Keisha at half-time? He's preparing for his 7 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah, I saw Max Green walk past, but I was with Frank Keisha and Troy Boots. Yeah, just having a chat, and then just looking down into the stand, which is now to our left, and it's just something I always find a little bit odd, that girls who are playing whilst waiting for the opposition to come out are just chatting away in the stand. I've seen Riley Ewing, I've seen Tiana Boots, they just stood in the stand chatting away, and I'm like, okay, that's just a little bit odd, different.
Clearly more relaxed than you are at this stage of the contest.
Yeah.
Roy Keane would be having fits right now, wouldn't he?
Absolutely, and Roy Kent.
Yeah, Roy Kent as well. Looking at any particular changes, can't see any out there for Canberra Croatia at the moment. They look like as they were, and Belconnen United unsurprisingly the same. So 45 more minutes at least of this. 45 more minutes for one of these sides to avoid extra time, to avoid potential of penalties. The first half in which everyone that was around us was saying, I spoke to, was short on quality in terms of chances. Two evenly matched sides, you'd have to say, Ian.
Oh, very much so. Nothing between them in the first half. Not many chances at all, if any. And, yeah, we'll see how the second half pans out.
First foray into opposition territory from Canberra Croatia.
I think we left a bit speechless at the start of the second half, having received messages, one that Michael Reed's watching this game, and two, some of the unicorn pictures he's sending through of you, Russ. So you look,
I don't know
you
what's
look wonderful.
Going on there. I do.
You're in a forest on some sort of, what do they call it?
It's a unicorn. I mean, I don't know what it's all about, but anyway.
Russ Gibbs on a unicorn. You heard it here first.
Look, if I get enough people asking me to post it, I'll stick it on Facebook later and you can have a look. Corrie forward.
Is that a real photo, or do you think somebody's done one of these special apps for it?
No, it was a real photo. It was taken
actually
taken at the back of Frank's mansion earlier today.
I didn't see the helicopter, which may be what's confused me. And
you can't have it around the unicorns. It scares them away. Claire Joseph sends it forward. She had a very solid first half. It's Kira Bobbin back for Corrie. And a first chance for Bobbin to really stretch her legs. She's not had moments like this in the game just yet. A lot of it's been played the other way. Thornton hooks it clear.
Lulu Coleman's no slouch, is she, when she gets going, though, and can defend and recover really quickly.
Belconnen do like those balls into the channel, don't they, for Pascal Lahaye on one side, Kira Bobbin on the other. And they do have the pace to cause an issue or two. Here's Riley Ewan, who's come out of the stands for the second half. Haven't had a chat. Hannah Burke. Here's Tiana Boots. It's come off the Bronte Pike.
Just needs to get it out of her feet quicker, Tiana Boots, and before that angle disappears.
Said it last night, we'll say it again because it holds true that the first goal in this contest feels very important indeed. It forces the opposition to come out and have a look. And it forces them perhaps to change the shape. Berkeley, Palombi with Pike. Bronte Pike needs to be careful here and does the sensible thing. You often say that, don't you, when you're talking about goals. It will change the game, it would, especially in the knockout format that we're in here, in a 1v2. Boots is throw too high for Palombi. So put yourself in the shoes of the coaches out there at halftime. What would your message be if you were, for example, say Monsieur Longo?
No change. If I'm Muzzy, no change. I think his structure's good. I think his balance is really good. I think the chance will come along, and and I think that as I said, as both teams went in at the break, Belconnen might just be a little irritated with trying to break Canberra Croatia down. And if I was Scott Conlon, I'd try and get his team a bit more on the front foot.
Well, it might be here. Pascal Lahaye, Boots misjudged the flight of the ball and then showed good recovery pace to get back and win it.
Yeah, recovered really well, Tiana Boots there, and good use of her left foot just to put it as high and wide as she can.
Roberts finds Lahaye, who's away from Boots on this occasion. And the delivery's good into the middle for Bobbin, who swung a boot at it, couldn't quite get the power needed to divert it past Ellie Summers, but there's a warning for Canberra Croatia. Bobbin again. It was an awkward height, that one, Ian. Might, and I say might, Kira Bobbin have gone with the head, or do you think it was a...
It's a bit too low, I think, Russ. I think...
no dubbing headers these days?
The timing of that would have had to come so much earlier, wouldn't it, in that decision-making, and I just think it was at a really funny height for her to make the contact.
Would have been some finish had she managed to hook that over her shoulder. Wouldn't have put it past her.
So 4-2-3-1 is not existing anymore with Canberra Croatia, by the way. When just look out on this near side here, there's a real exaggerated left-hand side.
Corrie over the top. Summers comes out and again makes the right decision. An area of her game which has improved a lot over the last couple of years, that decision making from Ellie Summers. Choosing when to come and when to stay.
Just going back to what I was saying about Britt Palombi just coming right out on this side here. The fact that she's not tucked in and makes a 4-5-1 out of possession really does isolate Tiana Boots in that 1v1 situation, which in turn does help Belconnen. Now, I know they're trying to get the counter-attack and get Palombi out on this left-hand side, but that takes the ability of a player in the midfield to actually get it out this side. It's a clear instruction and it's a clear change.
Palombi, you don't want to give her 1v1 at this end, much more than you want to help Boots at the other. Pike's throw. Boots against Lahaye. One of a number of duels around the ground which are intriguing to watch. April Hill has forgone coming down the middle to come out to this close side and help cover the gap. Hannah Burke sends it in that direction of Hill. Not the quickest of forwards, April Hill, but puts herself about and runs channels very cleverly.
She's good with the body. She gets a body in amongst players, and she's also... You won't want to mess with her in an argument, would you? She's just basically told the linesman on near side that it's her ball. And, yeah, God forbid he gave it the other way.
Look, if she watches this back and wants to argue that she is quicker than I think she is, then I'm happy to concede that point.
She will be she can be as quick as she likes. I'm not arguing with her.
It's not the reason she's in the team, though, is it? It's about the hold-up play. It's about the ability to get the half chances in the penalty area, and she is a finisher. We've seen that this season.
Yeah, we've not had that chance just yet where we can see that, but her work off the ball and her work to stop Belconnen playing forward has been excellent throughout the first half.
Before their failure to score last week in the 1-0 defeat to Canberra, April Hill had scored in the last 3 games in a row. So coming into it with some good form.
There's a change imminent, and down to our left on the Canberra Croatia bench.
Yeah, Ellie Raymond is ready to go. Ostensibly a forward player, so I wonder what that change might be.
Good defending again from Lulu Coleman to cut out that forward pass.
I mean, this will be an interesting change. Will it be Riley Ewan, April Hill? Will it be Britt Palombi? Will it be a midfielder?
There's been a change, hasn't there? Palombi's gone over to the right-hand side.
It's a rejig, isn't it? Meanwhile, here's Kira Bobbin, dancing, bobbing and weaving and finding Annika Corrie. Thumped away by Berkeley.
Something really isn't right, isn't it? Considering how structured Canberra Croatia were in the first half.
Maybe someone's carrying a knock here.
There must be, because they're a bit left wondering at the moment.
And Musialongo and Nick Brozanic below us have seen enough in terms of what's happening.
I can only imagine that it would be Riley Ewing with her being so close to the bench, with Britt Palombi moving over to the other side.
Keep an eye on it. Here's a chance at the top of the box for Roberts. Control let her down for a moment. Bronte Pike going through the motions and then sliding it through for Corrie, and then Summers was there again. Palombi out on that right flank as Ian Worthington duly spotted. McDonough, Backhouse, legends. Backhouse again. And the ball over the top has freed Roberts, and Summers has come to get it. And once again does get it, and once again makes the good decision.
Good goalkeeping from Ellie Summers, that.
Here's the change. Ellie Raymond is coming on, and Tiana Boots is being withdrawn here. Now this is interesting. Does Ellie Raymond drop into a full-back role? What is this going to be?
Tiana Boots isn't right. She's just come off. I thought at the and
she goes straight down the tunnel.
And there's two people just running in to see her as well. I noticed something about 10 minutes ago. I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't sure, but there was a 1v1 situation. Tiana then pulls up and the cross came in. It was when they nearly scored on the volley on the edge of the box, Belconnen. And since then, Tiana's just not been right at all.
I haven't seen it, an injury. Hopefully she's not picked up anything. Riley Ewan. Stretch by Hannah Burke. Flicked on by Roberts. I'm trying to see what the change might be here. Physio, there is an issue down here, Ian, as well.
Yeah.
He's going to get Tiana Boots' parents. Hopefully she's okay. Ellie Raymond's dropped into left back at the moment. Did play a couple of games there at Canberra United back in the day. Ellie Raymond as a fullback, more used to seeing her as a striker. That one's offside.
Yeah, Arusha Chu, who's very, very close friends with Tiana, has also just gone into the tunnel. Arusha's got her ongoing quad problems and is not featuring in today's game. But we hope that everything's all right with Tiana, because that was very, very quickly went from half time, and she had a very, very good first half, and suddenly she's straight down the tunnel, and that it was almost immediate replacement with Ellie Raymond, who actually doesn't often play left back, who's gone on to take a spot.
Bobbin in for Corrie. Might open up here for Pascal Lehay to have a go and find the top corner. The breakthrough is a blue breakthrough, and it's Pascal Lehay with the thunderous finish, and not even the form of Ellie Summers could keep that one out. The league champions are in front.
Great finish by Lehay. Let it come across her body onto her right foot and smashed it down the side of Ellie Summers. And you can't help but thinking that the CFC team, who was so well structured in the first half, have been disrupted by whatever's gone on in these changes. and that it's had that it's definitely had an effect.
And this is why Pascal Lehay was selected. 7th goal of the season for her. And an erring finish. Once it left that right boot, there was only one destination for it, and it was the top corner. And now Canberra Croatia need to chase the game. And now that might play into the hands of Belconnen United. They found a way to score. They always score. And they found their 121st goal of the season in the league. At just the right time, just before the hour. Here's Roberts, who played her parts. Lehay. What Belconnen have done well this season, Ian, in the games we've seen, and you would have picked up on as well, is they score goals in clusters. Once they get one, a second inevitably follows very quickly. And Canberra Croatia need to make sure that that does not happen.
Well, you're right. They've rolled on the crest of a wave, haven't they, with so many of the goals this year, that they get the confidence getting one and then look to just replicate it again. And straight again, they're on the front foot. And it's like they've found a weakness with Canberra Croatia's so solid structure throughout the first half, and there's just a few frailties now, and that's what's given the chances to Belconnen.
Before Ellie Raymond even had the chance to bed in, they sensed a weakness and they exploited it. High Marsh, left by Roberts for Bobbin. Blue Devils seeking a second. Kira Bobbin beaten away by Summers, cleared by Raymond. They're turning the screw inexorably here at McKellar. Bobbin to reload. Too long. Raymond's Palombi. Backhouse doing the donkey work. Caught late by Raymond.
Yeah, it was
good
a late challenge.
Played. Roberts, what a turn! Alina Roberts drives it wide. Sensational build-up. Sensational turn. The finish did not match.
Well, Ellie Raymond got caught high putting a late challenge in on Corey, and that left a gap, and Roberts turned. Her awareness was fabulous. Turned into that space, and the only thing that would let that down is just smashing it across the goalkeeper as opposed to in at the near post. And look, in that moment, of course, you pick your spot.
Backhouse has won it back. And that's a sliding challenge from Coleman. If this was a boxing match at the moment, you'd say that Croatia are on the ropes.
Yeah, they are, and thankfully for Canberra Croatia, Lulu Coleman is the player that's trying to hold the back line together, and every credit to her. But there's another issue here.
Hannah Burke.
Physio's in the changing room and out on the pitch, and he's currently trying to be all over the pitch.
He might have got caught on the follow-through with Backhouse winning the ball, but they've got to hang in here at the moment, Canberra Croatia, because they are very much on the back foot. Going back to that chance for Alina Roberts, a callow youth of a centre forward, really, isn't she? She's only played 33 NPL games, Ian. A few years down the track, she'll be rolling that in the bottom corner with her eyes shut. It's one of those moments you'll look back on, but what a turn to get away from her marker.
It's the awareness that comes into strikers like that I love to see. Recognising where the defender is, recognising the gap that Ellie Raymond had left because she was caught high, and then you're just waiting for her to smash it across the goalkeeper, aren't you?
And the finishing will come.
Yeah.
I mean, but that kind of build-up and that kind of awareness, looking at her body language there now, she's cross with herself that she's not put that in. And this is what you say is down the years, Ian, and you would have worked with a lot of good strikers as well. It's now just not thinking about that. Don't worry about it. Get into position for the next one.
I always talk about execution comes last. If you can give a player all of the tools in the build-up, the movement, their awareness, that first touch to turn to get yourself into those positions as often as you can, sooner or later the goals will come.
Hannah Burke looks like she is done here. The tears for her. They haven't made the change yet, have they? But judging by the way she's carried herself off the field there, it doesn't look likely for her, does it?
she's a bit stunned at the moment. She's visibly upset. There's so much adrenaline going around, isn't there, in games like these? And
you hope
she's a decent player. They don't want to lose her, and she probably won't want to come off either.
Maybe it's just a bit of pain, and she'll give it a go. We'll keep an eye on it. They do have Saskia Newman, Letitia Babic, Angelina Babic, and Ronnie McQueenie on the bench. Here come the Blue Devils, seeking to take advantage of the extra player. Raymond away. Burke will jog back into position. Helped on by Backhouse. LaHaye. Tester for Burke. Gets rid of it. Good ball too.
It's a great ball from Thornton. Little diagonal pass. Oh, was it Burke? I thought it was McKellar Thornton.
Burke with
was it Burke? Yeah.
I believe here's Barach.
Not sure about that. Barach often wiggles out of those situations. She's saying to the ref, I've got the ball at my feet. Just hold on.
Often has no right to get out of the situations that she manages to get herself out of. Used to say you could turn in a post box, in a phone box, but we don't have them anymore, do we?
Either.
Yeah. Here's LaHaye. I think turning in a post box would be quite impressive.
Yeah, it would.
Pike. Berkeley.
You'd be able to deliver though, wouldn't you?
Oh, excellent work. I'll tee it up, you knock it away, my friends. Palombi battling with Pike, as she has done for, what have we had now? 65 minutes of the football match. Riley McQueenie looks set to join us. Now, with Riley McQueenie, you don't know whether she's going to be in defence or up top.
Look, if I was Muzzy now, I'd be putting Riley McQueenie on at left back and moving Ellie Raymond over to the right to a more natural position over the other side.
How good was the challenge from April Hill from the striker?
Love that from the front.
Oh, McDonough earned her team a throw-in in a promising position. Raymonds will take. Away by Preston. Clipped forward by Berkeley. Palombi to loft it into the middle. Joseph watched it all the way.
Ellie Raymond's just working her socks off on this near side, and whilst that structure's a bit here, there and everywhere, she's trying to get Canberra Croatia on the front foot as well.
Bobbin.
Good defending by EJ Norris.
Norris over there on the far side. So Riley McQueenie, the second throw of the dice.
Yeah, I'm going to suggest they're going to take a forward off here and maybe put Raymond out onto the opposite side, and I think Riley McQueen is very, very, very capable of playing either side, left or right back.
Legends.
EJ Norris, of course, can play left or right back as well, so they might bring EJ across this near side and put Riley at right back.
I'm wondering if Hannah Burke might be done as well. That might be another thing to take into consideration. Looks okay at the moment.
Tell you what, she's looking fine there.
Yeah.
No problem with that.
Lovely composed piece of defending. Ball forward is picked up by McDonough.
Tiana Boots has returned to the bench.
Oh, that's good.
She's got a big ice pack around the back of the neck. I'm led to believe that she's been sick.
Okay. Maybe just a bit of a virus going around or something. Did she get a knock on the head at some stage? Maybe there's an onset of delay concussion or something.
Yeah, we don't know. There's no secret that I know her parents extremely well. It's April who's coming off.
Yeah, Riley McQueenie for April Hill. She's worked hard, April Hill. Hasn't had a sniff of goal, but has put a bit of effort in as well. So this is going to put Riley Ewan as the spearhead, and Riley McQueenie out on the right. And this will be the first chance for Riley McQueenie to have a go at Steffi Legends.
So after all that, they've kept Ellie Raymond at left back.
Steffi Legends must be looking at this and going, I've just spent 65 minutes having a nuisance of Riley Ewan, and now she's got a nuisance of Riley McQueenie. Barach.
I'm not sure what to say about that. I see Riley McQueenie every Friday, and
Oh, she's a nuisance.
You know, she's a nuisance, isn't she?
Thornton.
I describe her as a lovable nuisance.
I mean, both players not shy of a chat to their marker either, are they?
No.
So
It's all positive.
anything to wind up the opposition, perhaps. Backhouse, who's done a good job at that 10 roll, but had to forego her usual attacking tendencies to help out in the defensive shape.
It's a good throw by Ellie Raymond.
Ewan charges down the clearance, and Preston has to get rid of.
Wee. Physio's just
Off the back of the chair.
potentially injured himself. Who sorts out the physio if he gets injured?
McKellar Thornton.
Oh, it should be all right. Stop the game or come off.
Highmarsh sends it forward.
a good
Roberts has
ball.
gone in behind Burke here. Bobbin's completely unmarked in the middle if she can find her. Still there. Roberts looking to play it in. Maybe took a little too long. And Raymond finds Burke. Highmarsh. Thornton. Caught by Backhouse. And will come back for the free kick. So 2 changes made. 20 minutes to play. Scott Collins not yet made a change to his bench. Hattie Cram just got up, but I think it was just to get a drink.
Oh, it's got to be. Wrapping her up in cotton wool. Put your tracksuit pants back on.
Heavily strapped leg.
Heavily.
I did speak to her earlier.
goodness me.
It is completely precautionary, that
Is it?
that bandage. Apparently so.
Yeah.
Balach. Good ball in behind. Now Palumbi's got goal side. And she's offside.
Offside, far side. Maybe we didn't have the angle that the linesman has over the far side, but I thought her timing was done really well.
Flag went up fairly early from Saren Theatrical over on that far side. In front of the Canberra Croatia supporter with a flag.
There's a decent crowd in now. I think there's some of the Belconnen junior games have finished, haven't they? And the crowd to our right is very healthy indeed.
Corrie, Backhouse, LaHaye. Angle wasn't quite right for her. Ellie Summers has done everything right today. Not a chance with the goal, though. It was a piece of quality, wasn't it, the finish? Superbly struck. Pike. Thornton steps in, finds Ewan.
Good play.
Balach leaves it for McQueenie. Almost found the ball that Palombi wanted. Here's Corrie.
Bronte Park positioning was superb, wasn't it then? Just cut off the line in between.
Needed to make that gamble, didn't she? Because either side of her, and it was a ball in to someone in on goal, perhaps.
Good defending, good positioning.
Belconnen United at the moment seeing this one through. Croatia have only failed to score in 2 matches this season in the league. That was round 18 against Belconnen and last weekend against Canberra Olympic. They need to maybe get themselves on the score sheet. If they want to prolong themselves as part of this final series.
As Gungahlin United's players start to arrive. Nice to see that Chelsea Haley's been kept as part of the group as she walks in with the rest of the team.
Some of the walking wounded as well.
Yeah, Maddie Percival as well. I think Kate, who's physio.
There was question marks over a few. Ayla Robertson, there's a question mark over her. Bonnie Young as well, I believe. Stella DeMarco. Question marks over them too about whether or not they're going to be fit enough to take part. Big players for Gungahlin.
Oh, they are. There's
well.
some huge talent in those players.
Yeah. So we'll see a little later when the team news comes through as to how many of them are actually going to be able to take part tonight. Balak sent it on. It's one of those games, though, it's the elimination final where if you've got a player that's a little bit ginger, you'd still play them, wouldn't you? Because there is no next week if you lose.
There's no next time, is there? That's the thing.
So here's Bobbin. We're bringing that game, of course, at 7 o'clock. We'll be on about 1:45 to chat all about it. Here's Kira Bobbin. Almost found Aneka Corrie. It's going to break here to the edge of the box for Roberts, and that's a stop.
What a save that is from Ellie Summers.
Summers plunges away and keeps her team in the contest. Outstanding from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, world class.
Roberts must have thought she'd scored. And Summers denies it. Keeps the team in the match.
Just a solid hand as well, wasn't it? Her positioning was great, and she's just got out to her left-hand side and pushed it round her left post. A fantastic save.
High Marsh with the corner kick. Belco seek what might be a match-sealing second. Well cleared at the front post by Ellie Raymond. Barach away. McDonough stretched to get there ahead of McQueenie, who has it back. Barach.
They're pressing aggressively, Canberra Croatia, when they do break. No surprise with that, with Riley McQueenie and Riley Ewing and Isabella Barach behind that they have to be more aggressive winning the ball back in their attacking third.
Coleman will take this free kick and will send it forward. Up towards Ewan. Down for Palombi. Riley Ewan. Away only as far as Michaela Thornton. Jamie Berkeley to angle it in. McDonough pops it away. Coleman under pressure from Roberts. Burke, thankfully fully recovered from what was ailing her earlier on. Ball forward is easily picked off by Pike, who just sends it back again.
But the other thing is, in games like these, your adrenaline takes over your pain a lot of the time, and it's the question is, of course, it means a lot to them, but what can you get through to make it really work for your team? Two changes.
Yeah, Pearl Teen and Lisa Carey are coming on. Alina Roberts is going to make way, and as is Steffi Legends. Carey, no doubt, will go to left back. I wonder if this will precipitate Talia Backhouse moving forward, and Pearl Teen taking that 10 role. We will see.
Michaela Thornton doesn't shirk much at all. She's had a wonderful career. And then you get young Pearl Teen coming running up against her, who's such a high-quality player. It shows the strength in Belconnen's team that Pearl Teen doesn't start games. It's crazy.
I'm looking at Alina Roberts down on the bench. She's still distraught that she's not finished. Now, there's an injury here to Bronte Pike on the knee, and she's in a lot of pain. And you want to hope this is an impact rather than anything else. I think she might be okay, but it was a sore one. And you just hope, like I say, I hope it's not as bad as it often is in these situations. They've just made 2 changes as well, which will hurt Scotty Conlon. He does have a fullback in New Zealand Youth International, Madison Sawkins, who could go into that role.
Just everybody fears the worst, don't they? She's turned as well. I'm like, oh, come on, not another one.
The way she was holding it, and it was almost like it did feel like it was more of an impact rather than a tear.
That's often much better, that there's a knee clash and it hurts.
Yeah,
hurts
it's just
a hell of a lot initially, but the effects are much shorter term than they are longer term. Maddie Sawkins has got a jacket off, bib on, and just preparing herself to our right.
Well, it is the logical change if they need to make one, isn't it? Thankfully, Bronte Pike's on her knees, on her feet, and there's a fair bit of structural support there. I can see as she's jumping up and down. I'm no physio, but
no. But there's a clear assessment just gone on with that knee, hasn't there, to see whether she can be balanced and put pressure on it.
And she seems okay for the time being. Scott Conlon wouldn't want to risk Bronte Pike. He wouldn't want to lose her. This game is far from won at the moment. Quarter of an hour to go, or 30 minutes plus stoppage time. It's going to be at least 15 to play. Only the 1 goal in it. Pascal LaHaye's blaster after 58 minutes. Backhouse doing the defensive duties in the absence of Bronte Pike. She's a great pickup in mid-season, Talia Backhouse.
It's not a bad ball from Lulu Coleman, but we can hear from here Britt Palombi going, give me the ball on the left-hand side. There's a player down. Well, there's a player out off the pitch.
And Talia Backhouse is the auxiliary right back at the moment.
Well, give us your +1. Your +1's out here on the left-hand side.
Bronte Pike about to make that a negative. Or what would you do for the +1, -1? Is that equal now? What do you do?
Well, it's now equal because there's 11 players on the pitch, but before that, I was only observing what was happening down this left-hand side with Britt Palombi desperate to get the ball, and rightly so.
Do you know what? Britt Palombi would be desperate to get the ball if she had 3 players marking her, to be honest, as well.
Yeah, she's a good player, isn't she?
Yeah. Time running out, though, for those in red if they are to make their way. Now, if my memory serves me right, there's been a lot of games of football this weekend. Deakin Stadium next weekend. If this stays the way that it will, MPL Women's Reserves will feature Canberra Croatia. MPL Women's First Grade will feature Canberra Croatia. Men's 23s will feature Canberra Croatia. Men's First Grade will feature Canberra Croatia. All 4 teams will be at their home venue in the preliminary final. Unless something happens here, it's Carey under pressure from McQueenie. And it will be a free kick. And that is a highly unusual situation here.
I'm a bit concerned how we're going to get in the lounge before the game next week, more importantly.
We've got to pass.
All these teams, thank goodness for that.
It'll be a fair bit of red there in support, I'd imagine, for them next week. As it stands, Women's Reserves, Croatia will play Canberra Olympic.
That's not the games you've asked me to be on either, is it? Even though it's at Deakin.
Yeah, you'll be. Oh, no, they won't all be at Deakin, will they? That's right, because the women's are at Strider Park.
Yeah,
Sunday,
you've asked me CPL.
I forgot the CPL will be in the way. But there'll be 2 Canberra Croatia. All 4 Canberra Croatia player teams that were in a final, a 1v2, will be in the prelim next week. The 2 at Deakin and the 2 at Strider Park. Well, there'll be a lot of red at Strider Park then, won't there? On Sunday afternoon. All these games blur into one, mate.
Yeah, there's so many, isn't there?
Could you make sure you remind me where I'm supposed to be next week?
Sure, you let me know. I'll be
at some stage.
We'll be at 2 different venues, and I cannot cope with this myself. You know that.
Pike's ball forward, helped on by Backhouse. Lehay will put Burke under pressure. 10 minutes to play. Bobbins nipped in. Is this the moment? Summers has done really well to hold her up. Burke's gone in as well. It's a penalty. Either Ellie Summers or Hannah Burke has caught Kira Bobbin, and this is a chance for Belconnen to seal their progression.
I'm actually not sure about that first impression. I think there's a few bodies gone down in there.
Ellie Summers felt it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure whether the first challenge went in on Ellie Summers. I mean, Bobbin's pace to try and get across the keeper in the first place was exceptional, wasn't it? She's come a long way from the left to right to even get involved in that part of the game. So every credit to her.
Well, Izzy Highmarsh has her hands on the football, confidently placing it on the spots.
I reckon if they score here, Pike's off. She's on her near side here. If they go to 2-0, there's got to be a change. She isn't right.
Well, this might send the Blue Devils into the grand final. Ellie Summers, who denied Alina Roberts from close range not too long back, now needs to do similar from the penalty spot. Highmarsh, usually cool, calm, collected for the Blue Devils, rifles it home, and they are moments away from another grand final. They've been made to work hard, but Izzy Highmarsh, at the moment that is required, steps up to make it 2.
What a strike. The confidence and the hit behind that. I mean, I've seen Izzy Highmarsh hit so many balls that are unstoppable. And, great from her. Great finish. 2-0.
7 minutes to play. Belconnen United in a situation they nearly always find themselves in. They're winning another football match. And they might be back here in 2 weeks unless there is a remarkable turnaround. When these 2 teams met in round 3, Canberra Croatia scored twice in the last 5 minutes of the first half to overturn what was a 2-1 deficit at the time and go in 3-2 up. They need something similar just to force this to extra time. And truth be told, despite their spirited resistance and the way they've structured themselves today, Ian, they've not created enough chances to suggest that that might happen.
Well, it looks like they are pretty much, well, almost 4-3-3 at the moment. They've got to open up and get Britt Palombi on the ball as much as they can in the next few minutes to get her going forward, which I don't think they have done enough in the game. Whilst having a decent structure defensively, they've not opened this side up. I mean, Bronte Pike has got a lot of credit for that for Belconnen, that they've not allowed it to happen.
Seemingly inevitable march towards another grand final. They've not had it all their own way this afternoon. Ellie Summers has been in excellent form. And the tweaking formation, the 4-2-3-1 as it was in the first half, Ian, was working really well.
Worked great, didn't it? Worked really, really well. And Ellie Summers has been fantastic.
Backhouse for Bobbin. First time effort, just wide.
I feel a bit sorry for her with the penalty, to be honest. From up here, it seemed a bit of a soft one, but the referee was closer and the linesman on the near side closer has given a pen.
And that's all that matters. Berkeley to clip it forward. McQueenie rather scuffs it into the path of Ewan, who wants to help it on its way to Raymond. Test for Bronte Pike, who looks okay.
She looks over at a bench again.
Yeah, she wants to come off.
She wants to come off.
Yeah,
I'm amazed she's not been brought off after the penalty.
Well, she is right now. Maddie Sawkins is going to come on for Bronte Pike. Can wrap her up in cotton wool for the next 14 days. Job done as far as she's concerned tonight. 100 National Premier League women's appearances for Bronte Pike. Nearly every one of them a standout.
She's been superb, hasn't she, again today? Part of the fullbacks union, obviously, but nah, sincerely mean that. She's so solid. Her positioning's brilliant.
She's rarely not. You know, every game we see her play, I mean, she's played 17 starts this year, a couple off the bench as well. Solid in all of them, 12 goals to her name. And like I say, 100 Premier League appearances, 33 goals. And I struggle to remember a performance where she's not at least consistently 7, 8 or 8 out of 10. One of those kind of players that often flies under the radar. You don't appreciate too much until they're not there.
I do, every time she plays.
I
put her in for player of the match pretty much every time I watch her.
I don't mean you personally.
There's no bias towards fullbacks at all between Bronte Pike and Shandon Whitehead and you know, other quality left and right backs in this town, but she's exceptional.
Tiana Boots is making her way off in front of us. Looks a bit shaky. Hopefully everything's all right with her. Don't want her back next week. Angelina Babic is getting ready to join us. Here's Raymond.
Good play from Ellie Raymond.
Charging forward as well.
Yeah, I think she's just tried getting into the box, hasn't she? But unfortunately, about a couple of, well, a foot out.
And Lauren Preston will see yellow. And Babic will join us.
There's a few changes to our left here going on.
Looks like all three substitutes are going to come. Letitia Babic as well, and Saskia Newman. In the meantime, Britt Palombi is looking to set up a grandstand finale. Haven't seen her have many shots this afternoon. But in the 89th minute, she clips that one into the box and they pull one back. And it will be a grandstand finish. It's Riley McQueenie, I think, who's nicked in front. And it's game back on.
Delivery was sensational. Timing of the run from Riley McQueenie was excellent. And then it's just about getting your body in the right position to push it home, which is exactly what Riley McQueenie did, and a lovely finish. Timing of the run was excellent.
The finish was class as well. And those substitutions are put on hold for the moment. Because Canberra Croatia, well, depending now on what's left in this match, have maybe given themselves a glimmer. Berkeley. Sawkins. Raymond across the
Nothing wrong with that. That's really good defending from it. That's really good defending from Ellie Raymond, and she shakes her head, and rightly so.
Just the raising of the arm caught the attention of Cameron Wallace.
Good defending.
I'm not disagreeing.
I'm disagreeing with the officials how easy it is just to put your flag in the air for nothing.
Highmarsh, ball over the top, helped on here by Pearl-Teen. Here's LaHaye. Barely mentioned Pearl-Teen since she's got off the field. Come on the field. Hasn't had a chance to impact the game. Bobbin runs it out of play. So then, a minute to play in the 90th. 2-1. Riley McQueenie's goal. Has it come a little too late? Mentioned not long ago, Ian, that they scored 2 in the last 5 in that game, which they ultimately lost 4-3. And then said didn't see it happening. And now they're making a liar of this, perhaps.
Well, it depends how long is going to be added on, right? Because we've had a couple of incidents in the second half. Tiana Boot.
And LaHaye might be in behind, sorry. And the penalty. And
the penalty, Bronte Pike. So you'd be looking at 4.
Yeah, 4 or 5, I'd imagine. Don't think you'd be too far away. Riley McQueenie off playing ball kick.
She's just gone through an obstacle course to get that ball back in.
Done well. Lisa Carey.
Hurdled it.
Carey.
That's a lot of work.
Lisa Carey caught hold of it. A more cynical player would have just
just chucked it.
Just let it come behind.
Quick throw. Thanks.
Done well there, Riley McQueenie. Got herself a goal, pumped up. Has she given her side an outside chance? Lisa Carey. The ball is at the right end of the field as far as Belconnen are concerned. Bobbin goes past. Is this the moment to seal it? It is. Pascal LaHaye gets the second. Teed up by Kira Bobbin. And Canberra Croatia hopes are dashed at the last. Blue Devils will be in the grand final. It's 3-1.
LaHaye with a really nice, precise finish, but the turn and the delivery was excellent, wasn't it? And this is what they're so good at, Belconnen United. Dealing with that pressure, dealing with what's coming at them, and then just go and pick a team off at the other end and get a third.
A match-killing third, you would think. Barac for Croatia. They will not give it up, though. Thornton. Raymond helps it on its way. Preston's there. Anywhere will do for her right now. Hannah Burke. Thornton. Coleman. Sawkins, awkward bounce. Picked off by Berkeley, who has a pop from distance, and Joseph watches it all the way. Good goalkeeping once again from Claire Joseph.
I think she forgot she had a hat on for a moment then.
Was behind it. Couldn't do much about the goal, Claire Joseph, otherwise it's had a solid outing. Deep into stoppage time now. That third goal, Ian, has probably killed the contest, but credit to Canberra Croatia for the way that they've fought back into this.
I think they've been good. I think they've been good all afternoon.
And no doubt they will dispute the penalty incident, I'm sure. Preston away. Pearl-Teen. LaHaye. Teen. Looks for Bobbin. Thornton across to defend. They'll go again next week, Canberra Croatia, at Strider Park, where they will face the winner of Canberra Olympic or Gungahlin United, which will follow this 7 o'clock kickoff for that one. We'll be on air about 6:45, 6:50 to take you through the build-up and discuss the team news, especially considering Gungahlin United, who might be missing a few. Bobbing into the area. This would be harsh. It's Backhouse. It's not quite on target. Anything more would feel a little bit harsh on Canberra Croatia. There's no more to come though, Ian Worthington, and they've been made to work hard, the league champions, but as they so often do, they found a way, and they found a way by 3 goals to 1.
I think the structure in the first half with Canberra Croatia was excellent. I think there's been some really good movement, patterns of play. I think they played really well, Canberra Croatia. They've just been knocked off by a team that have been exceptional all year, and yet again they've shown that today, and ruthless in the final third when it's come to it as well. So yeah, congratulations to Belconnen United, great again.
Canberra Croatia will live to fight another day. They'll get another go next week. Belconnen have the week off. They can look forward to a grand final here in a fortnight's time. Stay tuned for the elimination final in an hour's time as Gungahlin United and Canberra Olympic fight to keep their season alive. Here, a double from Pascal Lehay. In between times, Isabella Highmarsh from the penalty spot. Canberra Croatia pulled one back through Riley McQueenie, but it wasn't enough. And Belconnen United are through to the big dance. It's finished. Belconnen United 3, Canberra Croatia 1.